detention facility, apparently. I think we can start whenever you're ready. I think I've covered all the other defense attorneys on here, with the exception of going back to Mr. Nicholson when he gets his client.
Judge, if the court wanted to take up the ones at court security, that's fine.
Very well. Who do we have there? Deputy Caulfield?
David Saylor.
And Judge, before we go on the record on that one, I would just ask Mr. Regier if he's had an opportunity to look at a request on Mr. Saylor and if that is acceptable.
And Mr. Regier, if you would address that.
Your Honor, without having the opportunity to review this case further, the state is not in a position to move forward in this matter, or at least agree to any prospective plea offers. The state would need additional time to consider what counsel the defense appears to be asking.
How much time do you need? You need minutes, days, months? It's the driving while habitual violator charge. I don't know what your email exchange is, and I don't need to know, but I do need to know what amount of time you're needing. I can give it to you now if you need it, or I hate to set it over because you know how long that's going to be, but I'll sure work with you, Mr. Regier.
All I can say, Your Honor, is that the state is not prepared to, short of a plea as charged in this matter, the state is not prepared to make any concessions in this matter at this time.
And Mr. Patterson, your client is not prepared to plea as charged at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, we're going to set this for trial. We're going to set it for a bench trial, and we're either going to plead it or try it at that time. If you decide you don't need a bench trial, let the clerk know so she can reserve that bench
And
trial
Judge,
time.
if it needs to be set for trial, we're going to request jury trial in the case since it's a misdemeanor.
And jury trials are not available until what, October? Okay. All right, the old expression, you win.
And Judge, given that, would the court reconsider allow it to be set for the next docket day, which will probably be sooner than that pretrial date?
You're right. Okay, Jen, what can you give us for a control setting?
Your Honor, September 15th.
Not much earlier, though.
Not much earlier, no.
September 15th at 8 a.m. You must be back here, Mr. Saylor. And I'm going to continue the bond you're on, and don't you be out there driving unless you're licensed and legal and your car is licensed and insured and so forth.
He is valid, Judge, and has
Oh.
insurance. He's provided all that to me.
His 3 years have passed.
And I've verified it, so
Okay.
it is.
All right, very well then. All right, September 15th, 8 a.m. Continued on your bond until then. If there's nothing further, we are in recess. Mr. Saylor is excused.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Next.
Next one up, I have Crystal Sullivan.
Okay. Hello. We are on the record in 2024 TR 1528, State of Kansas versus Crystal Rose Sullivan. Jared Regier for the state. Crystal Sullivan, you are Crystal Sullivan?
Yes.
Appears in person and with her attorney, Darren Patterson. Mr. Patterson, how does your client wish to proceed?
Judge, in this case, it is a case that will not be going to trial. That it is a DUI case, though. Ms. Sullivan is attempting to get a drug and alcohol evaluation, so we can then enter into a plea and sentence the case. We'd ask for continuance.
Could we go ahead and do the plea today just to feel like I'm actually making some progress on these cases?
I haven't prepared for that, Judge.
All right. Well, it all comes out the same anyway, but I'd just like to at least see baby steps. Mr. Regier, your response?
Your Honor, while I cannot speak to any of the statements the defense appears to be making on the record, I believe the court is well aware of the pre-trial requirement of drug and alcohol evaluations insofar as violations of the Kansas DUI statute, KSA 8-1567 are concerned, so the state is not opposed to setting this matter over at this time.
All right. This matter is continued at the defendant's request. Speedy trial time to the defendant, continued on your bond. with the added condition, Miss Sullivan, that you be here with your attorney ready to go September 15th at 8 a.m. And I
Okay.
am going to have the docket notes reflect that that will be for plea and sentencing,
Okay,
that you will be having an alcohol or drug evaluation prior there too.
okay,
All right, if there's nothing further, you are excused from today's proceedings.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you know if it's-
Next one I have is Morgan Davenport. Morgan,
And Judge, before we go on the record again, this one should be a little more simpler. I'd ask Mr. Regier if what we're requesting is acceptable.
Your Honor, may I have a minute of the court's time?
You certainly can.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Your Honor, the state is prepared to proceed at this time.
Oh, no, my. Well, my Odyssey is not participating with us. Give me just a second. Check on that. There we go. No. And this is Miss Davenport, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we are on the record in 2024 TR 2035, State of Kansas versus Morgan McKay Davenport. Jared Regier for the state, Darren Patterson for the defendant who appears in person. Mr. Patterson,
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, witness this time pursuant to plea negotiations, Ms. Davenport will enter a plea of guilty to count 1, driving while suspended, Class B non-person misdemeanor, and plead guilty to count 3, having a tag not assigned. States agreed to dismiss count 2.
and that's your agreement, Mr. Regier?
That is the state's understanding, Your Honor.
Miss Davenport, is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you plead then to count 1, driving while suspended in Butler County on June 4th of 2024?
Guilty.
Is anyone making you enter this plea of guilty today by threats or promises other than the plea agreement?
No, ma'am.
And how do you plead to count 3, driving without the tag assigned to your vehicle?
Guilty.
And you're admitting both of these charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Is anyone making you enter a plea to either of these, including the second charge?
No, ma'am.
Mhm. All right, they're a little different on the citation, so I need to look at your complaint and make sure I'm getting the right ones. So count 1, you're admitting that you drove in Butler County on June 4th, 2024, while your license was suspended. And count 3, you're pleading guilty or admitting that there was not a tag assigned to the vehicle on it at the time, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember where you were driving when the officer stopped you?
No, ma'am, I don't.
If on the officer's citation, he said you were in the 15,000 block of Southwest Butler Road, would you have any issue with that, or would that refresh any memory?
I believe I was headed back to work. I was working in Rose Hill at that time.
Okay. And did you travel Butler Road when you were working in Rose Hill?
I think so.
And were you driving a 2010 Ford Fusion?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You understand that with this plea, you are giving up your right to trial. You'll be found guilty and unable to appeal your convictions.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and that's what you want to do at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I will accept your pleas and find you guilty of counts 1 and 3, dismissing count 2 on motion of the state per plea agreement, And Mr. Regier, sentencing recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor, pursuant to plea negotiations for count one, the state is recommending the statutory minimum fine of $100, that the court impose court costs and make an appropriate determination on the issue of attorney's fees, as well as recommend 120 days underlying sentence. For count three, the state is recommending a $50 fine and a 30-day underlying sentence. The state is not opposed to concurrent sentencing, and the state is further recommending pursuant to plea negotiations a non-reporting probationary period of 6 months.
Mr. Patterson, anything further?
Nothing further, Judge.
Now, you told me you work. Where do you work, Ms. Davenport?
Right now I'm working at El Dorado Care and Rehab.
Okay. Full-time?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, on count one, driving while suspended, your fine is $100 and your jail sentence is 120 days. On count three, your sentence is $50. Concurrent 30-day sentence. You will not have to serve your jail time as long as you are successful on a 6-month non-reporting probation. You won't have to see a probation officer, but for 6 months you are on probation. Your conditions will be straightforward and few. Number one, do not violate any laws during the next 6 months. The second condition is pay, in addition to your fines, $250 towards your court-appointed attorney fees and $108 court costs. That looks like that comes to about $508. How much time do you need to pay that?
3 months tops.
All right, I will give you 90 days to pay that. And if you stop by the clerk's office, they can give you all the different methods to pay. But you must have all of it paid within 90 days of this date. And you must violate no laws for 6 months. Otherwise, your probation could be revoked. You could serve the time. Your license could be suspended. And you could be turned over to collections for a private collection activity. But if you do not violate any laws for 6 months and you pay $508 in 90 days, then at the end of the probation period, the case will close. Anything further?
No, ma'am.
All right, if there's nothing further, we'll be in recess. You are excused, Ms. Davenport.
That hearing had a little bit of everything. Judge Webster worked through 3 distinct cases with her trademark blend of efficiency and firmness. First was David Saylor, whose attorney floated a possible resolution, but the state wasn't ready to make concessions without more review. The judge cut through the uncertainty by setting the matter for a September 15th control date, firmly reminding Saylor not to be driving unless everything about his license and insurance is legal and current. Next came Crystal Sullivan, a DUI case where defense counsel admitted they weren't ready but requested more time for a drug and alcohol evaluation. The judge was willing to continue but made sure to put a clear marker down, September 15th, for plea and sentencing, with the evaluation completed before then. No more drifting. Finally, Morgan Davenport resolved her case directly with guilty pleas to driving while suspended and having a tag not assigned. Judge Webster carefully confirmed the plea's jurisdiction and the facts, then imposed a fair but structured sentence. Fines, underlying jail time that would stay suspended if Davenport completed 6 months of non-reporting probation, and repayment of attorney fees and costs within 90 days. The courtroom tone was brisk but professional, with the judge nudging progress where possible and locking in timelines so no one left without knowing their next step. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.